Hey, I'm hoping this is recording. I've lost the voice for this, but anyways, we're gonna paint this valve cover. So I may adjust the camera here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to pull all these grommets out. They're the rubber grommets. They go around the bolts. So we're gonna pull it out and prep for painting because we're gonna paint this. Now I use a scuff pad and some brake parts cleaner to clean it up. Then I'll hit it with some wax and grease remover. This is pretty good here, so I'm gonna go get some pliers. Again, sorry I lost all the audio. There's some metal, I don't know what you call them. They're spacers that go through the center of the grommets. I've got new grommets in the valve cover gasket, so valve cover gasket. So we'll put those new ones in. We'll just pull all those out, and that's about it. I do want to thank you for watching. When you're watching, making it this far, um, this may work better for me to actually voice over. So we're gonna finish pulling out those grommets. This will be wonderful. Get all those out, and we're gonna. Wow. This it takes a bit. I think I'm getting bored watching myself pull grommets out. All right, all the grommets are out. Sweet. It's about time. So now I'm going to take one of my maroon scuff pads, SOS pads here. We're going to open them up. Yep, there we go. And I'm going to just cut it down. It's easier to handle if you cut these down, so that's what I'm doing here. And now I'm going to take some brake clean. And I'm going to clean it all up. You can see where it was really leaking at this end. So we're going to spray her down with brake clean. I'm going to get all the grease, everything off. You can see that oil just coming right off there. This is the HHR valve cover. I decided to paint it before I put it back on, so that make it look aesthetically pleasing. I do this with transmission pans and other things. I even do it with the transmission pan of the 200 4R that's in the Cadillac. When I serviced it, I just didn't post it. I've done it to the now the Lincoln pans, as they're watching me scuff and prep this, and I scuff and prep it really well, so there'll be some time in it. The Lincoln pans I buy, Dorman makes a pan for their 4R70Ws, 4R75Ws, and they've got their factory depth and everything, but they've got a drain plug in them. And wow, if you service a transmission, that drain plug is awesome. I'm not gonna lie. So I do use that drain plug quite a bit, and so makes it really nice on those. So Here we go, scuffing it up. Now I'm going to rinse it again with some brake cleaner. I'll use a whole bottle, and just the trick is to take your time, as you can see. When you put it back together, you can put new tube seals and everything on, but the trick will really be to shine it up good. Get everything out of it. And you can't overdo this. Patience is the key here. Patience is the key. So now I'm going to take the rag and just wipe it all off. Rag will help me get into some of the places I can't get with the scuff pad. So those cheap red shop towels there you can get at your local auto parts store. They're gonna be your friend in some of this, and lots of brake clean. So you know now we're gonna hit it with the wax and grease remover. Just remove any grease and wax and you know any other contaminants off this thing. Getting rid of the contaminants is the big key here. So cleanliness, cleanliness, cleanliness is the key, and you'll see it pays off in the end. And I don't really worry about bugs getting in it. I've not had too many problems with that. That's why I do it in the middle of the sunshiny day. In my area, if you don't do it too far at the evening, then you're usually fine with bugs not getting in the paint. But um, Chris Fix does show a video that's really good on painting stuff, where he puts a plastic tote over it. That really seems to help, and that's an interesting video, and probably check it out. But yeah, so now I'm gonna go get some towels, and I'm gonna dry it with some terry towels, lint free here, and then I'll put these towels, as you'll see here in a little bit, under the valve cover. We want to actually get them under it so that we can, mainly just to protect my dang toolbox I'm painting it on. Probably shouldn't be painting it on a toolbox, but whatever. It's there. It's workbench, sort of. Not really made for it, but it's not an expensive toolbox, so it is. You know, that roll around cart is just a Eastwood brand I got offline somewhere. I do believe they also sell almost the same exact toolbox with a few slight differences. I think it's got a tray and a little side table that goes on it from U.S. General at Harbor Freight. There's just a few little fancier things, but same toolbox. And I'm 90% sure. So here I'm going to prime it. So next will be the priming. So we get a good light coat on first. I'm just dusting it. Quick motion, self etching. We're just dusting the metal with the primer real quick. So that's the key here. So dust the metal. Just give a quick dusting. Quick dusting will help this. Just you don't need to do the primer all one thick coat. As you can see now, I'm dusting the other side, dusting the ends, and so I've spliced the video, so you're not going to see where I spliced, but I actually stepped away let it dry right here. When I took the can there, it was actually a splice, and so it actually dried long enough, and I let it set up. So I'll come back. Now there's the red, industrial red paint. That's what I use for the valve cover. Figured it'll look real good on the HHR under the hood, so that's what we're doing. We're doing a first little flash coat here, just a tack coat. Um, so I did 2 light coats of primer, just kind of etching the metal, help that adhere. Now we're coming back and doing our tack coat here, so that's what's going on. It's not real glossy in your initial coat, but that's the first one. So I step away here, and we're cutting the video. So we cut the video here, and I'm going to come back, and now I'm going to put a wet coat on it. I'm going to go slower and put a wet coat on it. I'm going to get it real wet. See, I'm doing longer motions the whole length of the valve cover, and that gets you pretty good results. And I'm going to put it on pretty thick, not too thick that there's runs, but thick enough that it's got a good sheen to it. That's the oh, there goes the wind. That was really freaking annoying, but it's okay. It's still wet, and we can we can salvage this. So we're gonna put a magnet here. Just grab the magnet, dummy. There we go. We're back in business. All right. So we'll just hit this again where that flipped up. Keep your can well shaken. See, it's still wet, so you never see it. So we're going to put it on real glossy. Just just keep with it till she gets good and glossy. So now we're putting another coat on. Even wetter coat. See, it's starting to get real glossy, real nice. This is, it'll turn into a nice paint job. So, here we go. Get in all the crevices. Don't be afraid to spray in there. And don't be afraid of runs. If it runs in the right spot, you can cover it up on a valve cover and it'll look real good. This ends up looking gorgeous in the car. So, that's it. That's the valve cover painted. Now we're just going to let it sit and dry. Okay? And that's